So let's talk about why we offer our CMO services. One of the things we saw a lot happening with our law firms is they would bring in someone that they wanted to handle day-to-day operations, and they included marketing as part of that day-to-day operation. Well, what we tended to see is that these admins, these support people, office managers would put marketing kind of on the back burner or as an end-of-day task or maybe even an end-of-week task. It wasn't something they were really excited about. And there's two reasons for that. One is it's probably not something that they're comfortable with. It's not something they're familiar with. And the second reason is probably because they don't know the strategy or the tasks that they need to complete. And so they'd rather just push it off because it feels unfamiliar and uncomfortable to them. One of the ways we combat this as a CMO is we really help them stick to their strategy and their schedule. So you're going to have consistency in your marketing, which is really important when we're talking about marketing. Because if we're not showing up on a consistent basis, we tend to forget about companies, we tend to forget about messaging. The second component we see a lot with new people who are working on marketing and marketing strategy, if it's not something they have learned or something they have studied, is a lack of branding, a lack of using the same fonts, the same colors, the same feel of messaging across the brand on social media, on newsletters, on blogs, on your website. What that causes is confusion for your ideal client. We want them to get used to seeing your logo, your color scheme, your fonts, your messaging, because internally that is going to remind them of your brand over and over again. And the more we can remind them of your brand, the more they will remember what you are doing and how you help them. So if we don't have consistent color usage or consistent logos or consistent style, we don't have that consistency in our clients' mind. The third thing that we see a lot of people struggle with is the overall strategy. How often should I be posting? Should I be posting every day, once a week? How many times should our newsletter go out? Once a month, once a quarter, once a week? These kind of things are big questions that really do showcase who we're trying to reach, how often we're trying to reach them, and what message we want to get across to our ideal client. So if we don't have a strategy kind of supporting this plan, then it can kind of go into chaos. And that's often when we forget things.
We posted last week, we don't need to post this week.
We sent out a newsletter that month, we don't need to send one out this month.
But if we have a strategy, we know our game plan and we can execute it.